when the banking industry went from being the traditional banks you'd read about in an old novel to much more transactional, generating mortgages and financial products and then selling them to financial institutions or to the government, what ended up happening was like back in the 1950s, if you wanted to start a business, you could go to your local bank where you had a good relationship. You could get a loan. They would have a person there who knew business really well, could guide you on best practices, manage your cash flow. Every single one of those guys was fired by the 1980s.
Wow.
There's no, if you go down to any local branch for a bank in America, there is absolutely no business experience in that bank anymore. There's tellers, there's loan officers, there's personal bankers. There is no one who knows business. And so you have to rely really on your own cash. So this huge financial apparatus that we've built actually crowded out the type of lending that's necessary for small businesses to start. And it's
Wow.
was a from the banking standpoint, that was a much more profitable choice.
Yeah, but it's the death of the American dream to be able to be entrepreneurs and buy a house and have a family. I mean, that is what
Has the
America is about.
but has the parasite ever really cared about the host?
Oh, it is kind of crazy. Side, do you want to touch on this or um, move on?
I want to understand like what's the banking system's next steps if they're just systematically just like destroying the community within that's like kind of supporting them. What's the future for them?
Well, you can always project on these things as far as what their next plan would be. But right now, they've got a really nice system in place where it's the banking system is extraordinarily stable. They have captured
Hmm.
a great majority of the Americans' income, and there
Okay.
may or may not be more to squeeze. The only thing I could see that would go beyond that is if they started to own all of the assets, like if they started to own the apartment buildings, if they started to own the new home developments, and then
Yeah.
people just had no chance of ownership. The reason I don't think they'll go down that route is when they own everything, if they were to own all the real estate, there is one sizable target. There's no human shield between them.
Mm,
But right now, the current system, if I was to come out and say, I want to build $100,000 houses around DC, and it would be so good for everyone, and all the young people are behind it, what about the existing homeowners? That would hurt their equity and all that money they're worth on paper. And see, the current
True.
system, they don't even need a lobby. If you want to stop affordable housing in America, you could just rely on the existing homeowners. They will protest. They'll do everything for you. And so I think there's ways they could get more money, but I think it comes with risk for the banks. And so I think when you have a good thing going, you stay with that good thing until it no longer works.